This.
And that will be
50?
way higher than Kareem. Do you care? I mean, is that something that registered?
No, I just found out 5 minutes ago. So any milestone like that's obviously just a reminder to appreciate what you're doing and more encouragement, motivation to keep doing it. But I didn't have this date circled on my calendar. Good talk. Thank you. Anybody? Y'all good? Y'all good?
That's a symptom of being a prolific scorer, somebody who's on target. I mean, this is a measurement of able to accomplish in the league. You've got more to accomplish as well.
No, for sure. That's part of the appreciation of it in terms of longevity and trying to be at the highest level of what you can do on the floor consistently. I remember my dad bringing home his 10,000 point basketball when he was playing for Charlotte, and I was like year 13 for him, I think 14, something like that. And just that was like my first kind of realization of how hard it is to sustain yourself in the NBA and kind of measuring yourself against guys that can put the ball in the basket routinely. But it's just again a milestone that's definitely be appreciative and a reminder to keep doing what I'm doing.
Do you know where that ball is now?
Oh, it's in Charlotte. Yeah, it's at his house.
Like framed?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a milestone.
It's pretty. I actually saw it when I went back home this summer. It's got a nice little trophy room, a lot of different memories. Got a 6-man award in there, and that 10,000 point basketball. They even kept some of my stuff. Coming through the ranks.
Did you save your 10K?
Say what?
Did you save your?
I didn't actually.
You save any?
I save a lot of stuff, mostly from the championship runs, and I think I got the old 3-point record until this year. Yeah, stuff that when I'm done playing, I'll do something with pretty special.
Will there be a point total that, I mean, like KD hit I think 20K last year, and that was a pretty big deal. Will there be a point total that you think you'll savor and maybe keep that basketball?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it, to be honest with you. Maybe the message is to keep the one tonight and appreciate if I get, obviously get there, but appreciate what able to accomplish and a good reminder of me kind of exceeding my imagination in terms of what I could accomplish in this league.
And Steph, for me, I played against your dad, and for you now being in this system, how appreciative that both of you guys can be in a system that's willing to feed to what you do best.
I mean, that's big in terms of, one, I'm glad I'm playing in this era in terms of how we've pushed the game to new heights and kind of following the footsteps of guys like yourself, my dad, who could space the floor and shoot the basketball really well. But in terms of using my skill set every night and guys around me in terms of how we play, it's fun. That's the part that I really enjoy, doing what I do and what I get to do every night and the way that I get to play and kind of show my creativity out there. And, just kind of be myself.
What do you think this season has been like for Jacob Evans? What it means to be a rookie, what it means to do the work, finding your way, and just pop down to the G League for a game just to get some run. How did you find your way as a rookie?
I mean, it's interesting around here because everything is just heightened in terms of rookie experiences. Even for a guy like Jordan Bell last year, you get and Pat 2 years ago. It's just you're learning on the job and you're trying to gain a footing and gain some knowledge and experience, but the stakes are high off the jump and you're playing for championships. And I mean, honestly, I don't know what that feeling is like. I remember coming in and being overwhelmed, just again trying to win 20, 25, 30 games, and the amount of kind of turnover year to year, and it was still demanding and an eye-opening experience. I can't imagine what it's like being in these type of situations night in, night out. whether you're on the floor or not, it still gets you kind of going. And for him, Jacob's been great. He works, understanding week to week. He might not know where he's at, whether he's going to play up here, down in the G League, practicing both places, whatever. But it's just about being patient and finding different ways to get better. I know he's got a lot of potential in terms of once he kind of understands exactly how he's going to be effective in this league. One, playing defense and using his athleticism and his smarts on that end, but on the offensive end, being able to space his range out to three, and he's really good with the ball in his hands. It's just about confidence at that point and opportunity, and that'll come.
Steph, one last one for you. As you get ready for the game tonight, Mike Conley's 100%. How do you try to control the tempo? Because he did a pretty good job of doing it.
He's tough, man. He's obviously being a lefty, and he's quicks, and he's just a heady, smart, player when he's out there, just making the right play all the time. It seems like, and they play a much slower pace than we do, but he's liable to kind of kick it into high gear at any moment. And you got to always stay on your toes, trying to keep bodies on him. But the connection that he and Marc Gasol have as well, and that two-man game on all spots around the floor, is tough. They've obviously had great chemistry and years, of equity into it, and so they make their team go. And if we can do a good job on those guys, get the pace of where we want it, I like our chances.
There's been a few times this year when the offense looked like it was pretty far out of balance. Then you guys bring it back. How do you walk that line between the ball movement and hunting shots and just getting the best shots? And how do you? It seems like it could be complex.
Every night's different. I think for us, and I should say every year is different, and it has been in terms of the roster, the lineups that we throw out there, and the different identity that those five-man groups kind of take. Last year was totally different, especially our starting unit and our second unit, and kind of the differences in the way that we played and executed on the offensive end. This year, we've had injuries and a revolving door of lineups, so it's kind of been a little bit more difficult this year. Really kind of settling in to a certain look, and we've been kind of just tinkering with stuff and adjusting on the fly based on one, available bodies, but two, transition some of the new guys into what we do. So not concerned about where we are, knowing what we have to look forward to in terms of, one, hopefully staying healthy, getting the Marcus back, and really understanding what our team's going to be like down the stretch of the season. But in terms of on the floor, we have a certain style. We move the ball, we move bodies, set screens for each other. We try to play fast and get in transition as much as we can. Hunting good shots is something that we pride ourselves on. I know Coach has talked about it at length this year in terms of it's not really about how many threes you get up or whatnot. It's about how many good threes and open threes you can create. And more times than not, we do a good job of that. And we'll continue to do that as we go forward.
When you guys go 2 or 3 or more possessions where you get maybe a no pass possession or a one pass possession, are you aware that okay, we're kind of going back the other way a little bit?
For sure, you can feel it. There's a certain energy you get when the ball starts hopping and everybody starts to touch it. So when that doesn't happen, sometimes that's necessary if we need to get to the foul line or kind of force the issue a little bit, or somebody's got the hot hand and they don't need to pass. But in terms of over 48 minutes, if you kind of revert a little bit back into guys just kind of standing around watching and not feeling involved, that's not who we are. And we're quick to call that out and kind of recalibrate, if you will, in the middle of a game and from game to game. So it's hard to get away from the good habits that we've developed over the last 4 or 5 years. Respect.